personal log of Joshua Shaw, stardate 95172.15. Hi Des. I'm trying out a new camera position, mostly because I always notice I'm very far back in the camera, so I brought the camera closer and I'm, well, sitting about where I normally do. So, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully also it can make facial expressions a little easier to understand, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so in your last video, you asked a question and you were 100% right. It was an out of the blue question. What is my favorite flowering plant? Well, anytime I think of plants, I don't really think of flowering ones, but I can still answer the question because roses are favorite? Yeah. That wasn't going to rhyme, so I just dropped it there. So anyways, roses are probably my favorite when it comes to flowering plants, and only for the reason that when we were little kids, you had a rose bush named after you. Yeah, that's about it. A close runner is juniper trees because they have a very interesting cycle for their reproduction cycle. Anyways, so, and the other reason for juniper trees is because in high school I did a science project on them, but it's a weird situation when it comes to juniper trees, because I also always thought they were cedar trees, but they are different. But yeah, favorite is a rose, and primarily because your bush was named after you. So, usually we would answer a question and give a question, or, you know, we could also talk about what happened today. I had to go wait in a line for a long time, then I had to run back to my apartment, then run back to wait in the line again. But it all got taken care of, and hopefully in a few weeks something will happen and I'll be able to show you that. Which you probably already know if you were listening to Mom's conversations. But anyways, so instead of asking you some philosophically significant or other questions that aren't philosophically significant, I'm going to put a dice game to you. Yay. So, I already know you have these because for one I bought you a set, and for two you had them way before I did. But you know the dice that you guys use for D&D. While trying to think of something for this video, I thought of an idea of a dice game in which you can basically create a superhero character. So I'm going to do a basic one, kind of as an example, but first I'll read off the rules. So, with the game, you list off different types of powers, and kind of depending on how significant you want their power base to be, you can add on different numbers. So right now I'm going to be doing either a 4, a 6, an 8, or whatever, and that's based on how many dice sides there are and however many numbers you get. So if you wanted to do 20 powers that you could list off, and you could roll, like, let's say 5 of them, you would use a d20. But doubles don't count, unless we put an amendment where doubles just double the power. We could do that. We'll have to figure that out later. Anyways, so number 1 on rules for the game. Name off and list 1 power per dice side. So basically, name off and list sets of power of superpowers. So super strength, super speed, regeneration, teleportation, that sort of thing. Assign each number, or assign each power to a number. So if you wanted to have 4 different powers that you're going to list, you could do like strength equals 1, super speed equals 2, regeneration equals 3, and teleportation equals 4. Alright, and you would roll, and right there was 3, so I said that was what, speed? No, regeneration. Yeah, I like that one. So, roll roll the die at least twice, but no more than half the number of sides that are on the die. So for a d4, I could roll it twice. So I get a 3 and a 4, so that'd be regeneration and teleportation. Alright. That would, but I couldn't roll it anymore because it's only a 4-sided die and I've reached the half number. Alright, so now create a character based off of those powers. So since I said regeneration and teleportation, let's go with human with the ability to regenerate and to teleport. So this is where you got to do you can either do it improvisationally or you can do it off the screen. I'm going to be doing it by improv, so mine's going to be very much more choppier and it's not going to be as in depth as if you did it off the screen, but you can do either one. So let's say a girl named Claire. Claire Sny? I don't know where these names are coming from, but I guess that works. So Claire Sny has the ability to teleport by shifting dimension from, well, not dimension, but by shifting basically her place in space-time and kind of like doing like a portal-like opening and just appearing on the other side. Very similar to the game of Portal. She also can regenerate, which is, in other words, a very good thing for her ability to teleport, because if, due to the type of teleportation she has, it could in fact rip part of her body apart. And because she can regenerate, she can regrow a limb. She can also do the normal things with the regeneration, where, like Wolverine, healing back from bullet shots or cuts or decapitations. Yeah. Anyways, and another thing is, if when teleporting, if, like, let's say she doesn't quite get all the way through, so like if she jumped through the portal, but then one of her legs didn't make it through before the portal closed, then she could regenerate that leg. So yeah, like I said, it's a very sloppy-ish explanation for the character, but I'm doing this kind of on a spur-of-the-moment thing. Anyways, so let me know what you think about the game, and also, I guess do an in-depth version, where you can either do like a D10 or a D20, or it's up to you how many you use. You can even use a D4 again. But, so yeah, just let me know what you think. And I will see you next time, guys. Love you. Bye.